Hi guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys today about what is a quantum activation. Because my artwork, my interactive quantum activation art, comes with an audio activation that I create specifically for you. Now, what is this? And why is it necessary? Why am I offering this for you? And how does it connect to artwork? Okay, let me explain. So, my artwork I create through 3-point system. We have a physical, we have a mental, and we have an emotional aspect. That's how you create something in this reality. We have 3 points. Now, that's referencing back to quantum physics, right? So in the audio activation, that's part of that 3-point system. And that's how we really create an anchor within our design, mental, physical, emotional body. And that's how we bring them all together so they're all united, working at the same, let's say they're working towards the same goal. But what I'm doing is curating a frequency within your body so that all of those things, the mental, the physical, and the emotional bodies, are all aligned to a specific frequency that will help you to leave whatever it is you're trying to get rid of, right? Because there's something in you. If it's a health thing, like, maybe it's a chronic condition, or maybe it's a mental health, like an anxiety or a perspective, a way of believing about yourself. Whatever it is, the 3-point system works for anything. And I curate your specific painting and your audio activation to whatever it is that you need to release or reprogram within yourself. So the audio activation is a quantum activation because I'm not just saying random words. We're not just meditating randomly. What I'm doing is curating something very specific for you. So each single piece that I create and each audio activation that I make is going to be different, and they're going to be for specific people. Now, part of the audio activation is it will be sometimes it'll be meditation, sometimes it'll be breath work, sometimes it'll be visualization exercises. It kind of really depends on each person's needs, and that's what I would tailor that to. So for example, if it is a meditation or even a breath work, I'm going to be focusing on a specific frequency range for your body, because it's hardest for your body to change frequencies. It's easy for your emotions and it's easy for your mind, but it takes longer time for the physical body, and that's why health conditions take a longer time to heal. However, once it's all aligned, everything is easy peasy. So the audio activation is actually going to be me setting up you, emotional body, mental body, physical body, into a specific frequency in order for you to elevate yourself to a higher way of living. And this is the quantum living that I am promoting and encouraging others to also step into. Because once you're in that quantum living, the world is yours. And that's what we all want, right? Freedom to do whatever we want, to have what we want, to be who we are. And that's what I'm helping you to become. Now, I do use neuro-linguistics programming in my language. So the words that I say are going to be very, very specific and tailored to reprogram your subconscious mind. Because the subconscious mind, if you didn't know, actually utilizes 94% of all of our functionality of the human body. So 94% of our brain, we have no idea what it's doing. It's just out there doing stuff that we don't even know it's doing it, right? We only use 6% of our brain on the daily basis. And most people use less than that because they're only using one hemisphere of their brain. They're not using both. What I'm doing in the neuro-linguistics programming, in combination with the frequency, the sound frequency, as well as the words that I use, right? The way my voice activates them, because my voice will change during your activation. It might go softer, it might be longer, we might do humming, many things. Our voice is a tool to heal our bodies. So I will ask you to participate. Like if I'm humming or something, I would ask you to follow along and do it with me, so that it actually is vibrating a frequency into your actual physical body. Did you know you can heal yourself just by using your own voice? Internally, it echoes in there and it vibrates, it makes a frequency. It's so cool, isn't it? And then we'll be using visualization for the mind to change the perspective and align you to wellness, abundance, health, whatever it may be. Now, in the meditation, you're going to end up being in a theta brainwave state. A theta brainwave state is super cool. Let me show you. So the theta brainwave state, here's all the different brainwaves states that we have, right? So up here, did you know if you're using a wireless cell phone, you're up here in this one? How low? Do you see? Red is bad. Red is no. That's bad for our bodies. So if we go down here, the theta state is all the way down here, right? So there's only one more state, delta, and then theta, and then alpha. These are the states that we want our body and our brain in. Now, the theta state is actually deep relaxation. It's like when you're falling asleep and you haven't yet fully fall asleep. It's that state where you're conscious, but you're not conscious. And that's where the fun begins. That's where we get to play around, and that's where we get to change things within your subconscious mind and reprogram not just your mind, but your emotions, your emotional traumas, your physical bodies that are connected to the emotional traumas. And that's where we can actually heal the body, because the body is receiving when it's in the theta state also. It's not like protecting itself, it's absorbing. So this would be under the same type of feeling of like not being fully hypnotized, but kinda. Neurolinguistics programming is the precursor to hypnotherapy. And that's what my certification is in for neurolinguistics. And what we do, so when you have that theta state, you're very, very relaxed, right? But you're still conscious, and you can still say no at any time. You can still go, you could open your eyes at any time you want, and you could just go. So it's not like you're in a trance or nothing like that. You'll just feel really, really good. And while you're in that state, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the old perspectives, the old way of thinking perspective of yourself, and then we'll basically up level to like a balanced state. So whatever would be natural for the particular type of problem that you're having. So we're reprogramming your brain that is connected to your emotion. So when you feel the emotion, and then it sends a signal to your brain like, hey, this is happening, and your brain is like, okay, this is how we respond to this to make sure that this human body is safe. What we're going to do, because a lot of people learn safety through trauma, and it's not really safety, it's just low frequency protecting yourself, and it tends to be self-sabotaging. So a lot of people who have experienced trauma, CPTSD, PTSD, loss of loved ones, anything like that, even natural disasters, because that's devastating. That's so shocking to our entire psyche and our entire system. And it puts you in this state of survival. And you may have heard about like the vagus nerve and the flight or fight state. We need to get you out of that. We need to make your body understand that you are not surviving, that you are ready to thrive, right? You're ready to really fulfill your life, step into abundance, and you don't want to be sick. You don't want to keep doing these things that you don't know why you do them. And you're like, why do I keep doing this to myself? It's because you have this program in your subconscious, and it's never going to change unless you consciously change it. And I learned this the hard way because I have had to do this to myself. But the thing is that almost instantaneously, as soon as you change the perspective of within the subconscious, like it's the attachment from, so your body feels the emotion, like something happens and all of a sudden your body feels an emotion, right? And then it sends a signal to your subconscious brain to say, this is what we need to do. Your brain starts to take action and says, these are our options. This is the choice. And then you do something, and then you're like, shit, why did I do that? That was not what I wanted to do. That was just like a reaction. But it's a survival reaction. It's not really something that you can just like stop and think about until you graduate to a higher level of consciousness. And I help you do that. I help you to take control back of your decisions. I help you to take control back of your choices, of the outcomes of your health, the outcomes of your mental wellness, your mental perspective of yourself. I help you to accept these certain things about yourself, to help you understand that maybe some of the things that you believe about yourself or the world have been programmed into you by someone else's beliefs, by someone else's perspectives, not yours. So what I'm really doing is helping you come back to your center, your balance of who you are, because you are here to be who you're meant to be. No one else is able to do what you can do, and no one else is meant to have the gifts that you have. I want to encourage you to shine those gifts and really be your authentic self. And I do this through quantum activation. My artwork in combination with my audio activations can actually drastically change your life in a very, very, very short time. I promise you that once you're able to understand this connection and you detach the emotion from the subconscious response, that you will gain a new perspective in nearly like, it could be like literally within 24 hours, your physical body will start to change. I used to weigh almost 400 pounds, and it was because I was constantly trying to protect myself. Because as a little child, I learned that the fatter I was, the more people didn't want to touch my body because my body had been violated as a little child. And that was something that I could, no matter how many diets I went on, no matter what I did, nothing, I would lose weight and gain it back, lose weight, gain it back. Like, it did not matter how much I exercised, how many calories I counted, what kind of supplements I took. It did not matter. You want to know why? Because my subconscious mind always thought that I needed to protect my body from people taking advantage of it and against my will. And when I was finally able to heal that emotional wound, and I was able to disconnect it from the response that my brain, because as a little child, you don't have a whole lot of options. So eating is one of the main options that you do have. And that's what my little child self chose. And so I was able to tell my inner child, like, hey, this doesn't have to continue, right? And I'm down, I'm almost like, I'm probably like 245, and I've lost all that weight. Like, I exercise, like I just walk, but I don't have an exercise program. I don't go to a gym. I don't do workouts. I eat intuitively, so I do eat very clean and healthy because I like natural foods, and it's higher vibration, higher frequency. It makes me feel better. So, but I still have, like, I just had a Sprite. So, I mean, I still have different things, but I don't consume. I'm more conscious of what I consume. But I didn't go on any kind of diets. I didn't count calories and nothing like that. I don't do that. I don't condone that, actually. I condone healing your emotional body, and it will actually transform your physical body rapidly. I lost all this weight in a matter of since 2020. So it's been 5 years. and it just all came off naturally. Like, just every single time I would heal something emotionally, I would just lose weight. And that's how I knew. Like, I started to be able to tell, like, hey, looks like I'm losing weight. Must be healing myself. So if you're interested in healing yourself and gaining balance within your life, like just feeling like you are stable, you're steady, you're in control, that you can achieve your goals, you can be successful, you can feel abundant, you feel loved, all these things, I help you do that. Go ahead and contact me. All my information is in the description box. You can message me, you can comment, you can do whatever you need to. Follow me on social media for more tips, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.